Welcome to the Ideal Investor Show. This is the podcast where we help you challenge your mindset and discover where you are. Tired of stories about other people's success? We can help you change your life, determine your time freedom point, and join us on the journey to financial success. Let's go. Hello and welcome back to the Ideal Investor Show, where we bring you interesting information about residential real estate investing out of state, but also interviews with really knowledgeable guests. And I hope that you enjoy all our episodes, both audio only and video. And give us feedback. Please download the episode, go to idealinvestorshow.com and book a call and all the good stuff so that we know that you're actually engaged and that you're actually interested in what we're doing. And if you ever have any kind of suggestions on what we should do or what I should basically focus on, then please let us know. Give us a comment or any kind of way of knowing, because I want to provide as much value to you as possible. So today I'm going to just have a relatively short episode here, and I want to point something out that I saw in a graphic, but I thought it was also suitable to just talk to you about or tell you about. And it's by a guy named Brian Feroldi, who is working with two other Brians. It's like a funny setup. They have three Brians all working together on a platform about investing, especially stock investing, as well as newsletters and stuff like that. And so he sent in his latest newsletter something to me that I thought is kind of profound. And it's not really, rocket science or something totally new that never existed before, but it's always good to have a little reminder. So he put three things into his suggestion in a little graphic, and I added a fourth one that really applies for us. So the first one was to say, investing once won't make you rich. Investing consistently will. And we know this, right? We go with our approach for residential real estate investing out of state, and we buy one house. Then that is the first puzzle piece in our passive income portfolio. But one house will not be enough to ever get you to the time freedom point where the passive income is sufficiently high enough so that you have the freedom to decide if you want to continue to do the job you do or whatever you currently do to make money, or if you just live off of the passive income. Now, these days, with the high interest rates, we can probably expect something like between $100 and $300 in passive income, and it's going to increase over time. But you would have to probably own this one property for 50 years or so, and even then, it's very unlikely. So consistently investing in more properties over time is the way to go. And then you have an excellent opportunity to actually get a really nice passive income portfolio together. Now, things that fall in the same category, Brian says, exercising once won't make you fit. And I think we all agree to that. It's kind of funny. It reminded me of the New Year's resolution, because so many people say, I'm going to start exercising. And then a few months later, you find out that they actually stopped going to the gym. And that's maybe more than once, but you have to really do it consistently if you want to keep fit. And by the way, I also believe nutrition, what you eat, is very important. It's not just how much you exercise. And then the third thing Brian basically pointed out, another one of those kind of things, and that is reading one book once will not make you smart. Well, that's true too. And I can say, I like reading. Not just books, but if you consistently read, if you say, okay, I want to at least read one book a month, and some people make it even harder on themselves and try to read a book a week. But I think one book a month, if you read 10 books a year, you will get more perspective and in a way over time, learn more things, and rightfully and deservedly so can say, I got smarter because of my reading. So I promised you at the start of this little episode that there will be one additional point that Brian didn't have in his newsletter, but that I think we can rightfully add. And that is having a great positive cash flow month won't make you quit your job. And this is even under the assumption that you have a larger portfolio of 5, 7, 10, 15 properties in your portfolio. If you have accumulated all these assets and you look at the cash flow and there's a particularly good month where you, let's say, make $10,000 in gross cash flow and $5,000 in net after paying the mortgages and property management and all that good stuff. If you were to say, well, $5,000 is exactly what I need to sustain my life, making that once won't make you quit your job. What it does is to show you that it actually works. And what I always recommend to anybody, and I think some of you listeners who work and talk to me regularly know who I mean, you want to have a conversation with your property management once a month. So you have a pretty good idea how is the cash flow going to look like. And if you start having consistently more net positive cash flow than you need to cover your expenses for your life, you can start making the decision and maybe not necessarily quit your job outright, cold turkey or whatever you want to call it, but to see if you can reduce the hours that you work in your regular job and observe how this works between a reduced income from your job and the cash flow from your portfolio. And when that works out well, you can see if you can reduce further and maybe ultimately get to the point to say, really, I don't need this extra job anymore because my positive cash flow is actually helping me to pay for everything that I need in life. So the message on this is you need to do things consistently, whether it's reading, whether it's exercising, whether it's investing. The consistency is really the important thing. So with that, I hope you will be safe, be well, and I talk to you tomorrow.